Hello, YouTube family. Greg D, aka the DCUO Gingerbread Man, back here with another video. Today, decided to showcase and test out so I can show you guys the new iconic ability, Magma Vortex. Been hearing a lot of good things, been seeing a lot of good things, been really excited to try it out for myself, so I unlocked it. Basically, what I want to see is if it compares to Spore Pod, if it doesn't, if it's in its own category, that kind of thing. Um, as we all know, for the most part, Spore Pod, and there's been a lot of FOMO, talking with a lot of guys who are newer or who missed Spore Pod. Spore Pod is, in my opinion, the OP, the meta, as far as the iconic abilities that they've released. Over the last year, releasing all these new iconic abilities, like for example, your Fear Bomb, your Lasso, your Starbolt. I mean, these are all good in their own way, but obviously, as we know, some of them are better than others. Spore Pod being, better than others. Nemesis Lasso is good in the right kind of context, but I kind of want to see if these two compare, and if they don't. So, one thing you'll notice right off the bat is that you can't necessarily compare Vortex and Spore Pod, just because as you'll notice there, the damage over time duration of Spore Pod is 12 seconds. The duration of the AoE effect of damage for Magma is only 6 seconds. So that right there is just going to tell you that over a 10-second parser, Spore Pod is going to do more damage than Magma. There's just no way around it. Both of these, I believe, do have a cooldown of 12 seconds, if I'm not mistaken here. Wait, where does it say? Does it say? I think it. Hold on. Should say. Yeah, there we go. Cooldown 12 seconds. Cooldown 12 seconds. So they're both the same cooldown. Let's see. Effect area is only 5 meters with Spore Pod, whereas it's 15 meters with Magma. So that's interesting. And then the lingering effect is only 5 meters, much like Spore Pod. I've noticed in the animation, though, too, that Magma's definitely quicker. It's definitely clippable, which is great. Also, we get 2 power interactions. So we get burning, we get crushed. So obviously burning is fire. I believe Gadgets also has a burning power interaction, if I'm not mistaken. Crushed would be good for earth. I believe water also has a crushed power interaction. So just something to think about there as well. You do get some healing benefits, whether you're in damage or tank roll, because I've tested out. You do, and we'll show that here. You do get some healing benefits. So if you're using the new artifact, Pages of the Black, something to think about there. And again, we'll show that. But so far, in my initial testing, my initial impression is I really like this power. And if you're someone who doesn't have Spore Pod, this might be a good way to have, well, I guess what I'm saying is this would be a good replacement for it. I'm not saying that, again, that it does as much damage, because it doesn't last as long. However, again, if you're someone who's new and doesn't have Spore Pod, this might be a good alternative. And I know I said that about Fear Bomb when we initially tested out Fear Bomb, but even in comparison to Fear Bomb, I like Vortex a lot better. The animation is quicker. Even here, let's see. Can we? Where do we even? Okay, so we get. So look, you can even from this far, you can spawn. Um, you can spawn that, and you'll notice. But over the course, I mean, that was only 2 million damage over the course of 10 seconds, right? And they're still burning. And again, we'll get closer and see if that does anything different. But So that's interesting. So that was 4 million. Okay, so now we'll try it a couple times here, just out of curiosity. I just want to see if it'll do that again. So obviously there is a decent range to this, but it looks like to me. Okay, so then let's try it from like here. Let's see. Okay, so it seems like, at least from what I'm seeing, that the closer you are, the more damage it does. Because again, when we're in a pretty decent range, we're only doing like 2.5 million. But if we're right close up, you're doing 3.5, 4 million, maybe even 4.5. So something to be mindful of there. So yeah, 4, yeah. But then you'll see here, like Spore Pod. I mean, there's no comparison as far as the damage. Like Spore Pod's just going to do more in general. See like 5.5. So, and then it's still going. You're still getting the ticks, because it is 12 seconds instead of. Now, if you're able to, um, can you use both of them in your loadout? Sure. That's another thing I wanted to show you too. Clippable. Like, look how fast that is. That's awesome. So, in the case of this being my hybrid loadout, I can just kind of use both of them. Now, in this particular loadout, I was using Robot Sidekick. But you'll also notice there too, if you look at the parsers, you're getting healing back even in damage roll, which is awesome. So, now obviously I'm using pages here, so with pages, you're not going to do as much damage if your health is low, because you're not going to get the stacks and all that. But my initial impressions of this power is I really like it. I think I'm going to use this in my loadout. I'm definitely going to be using this with my Earth character, because you're going to get the healing, you're going to get all the things. But yeah, I mean I like this a lot. I really do. Like I said, for those of you who don't have Spore Pod, this could be a good alternative. And if you can find a way to use both of them, if you have both of them, then I probably would suggest that, because I really like this in my initial thoughts here. It's much faster. And even if you wanted to replace it with Spore Pod. So, like, let me come up here for a second. Let me see if I can do more damage. Let me get my sidekick back. We'll take Spore Pod out. I just want to see. So if I get my Robot Sidekick in here. I just want to see how the damage is in comparison. See there I have. We've got our Clarion going. That guy. This guy. Yeah, so that's interesting to notice. As long as you have Clarion there and the healing there, of course. As long as you have the healing and you're getting the stacks and all that, you're able to, you're able to definitely. I like this a lot. I could definitely see. I mean, does this retire Spore Pod necessarily? No, but I really like this a lot. I really, really like that a lot. So, like I said, can it be viable in conjunction with Spore Pod? Sure, absolutely. But yeah, I would say if you're playing right now, if you're new, if you don't have Spore Pod, get this power. Even if you have Spore Pod, get it, try it out for yourself. I really like it. I can't say that enough, and I know I'm repeating myself, sounding like a broken record here, but it's good. I like it. It's fast. It's got a good range. It's clippable with your weapon buffs. Like I said, if you're using um, your pages artifact, or even if you're not, you can, even if you're a might-based build, you can clearly use this in there, and I think this would be a good thing. So my vote is, if you can get it, use it, and try it out in your loadout. I mean, I think this is a winner. So with that being said, I think I'm going to conclude this video right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more. And until next time, see you soon.